What if I told you that the version of sex you've been comparing yourself to your whole life doesn't actually exist? What if the perfect sex you think everyone else is having is nothing more than a performance, edited, rehearsed, filtered, and completely disconnected from what real intimacy feels like? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you might discover that nothing is wrong with you, but a lot is wrong with what you've been taught to expect. We live in a culture obsessed with performance: perfect bodies, perfect relationships, perfect morning routines, and yes, the idea of perfect sex. Social media shows couples who look constantly connected. Porn shows bodies that never hesitate, never get insecure, never need a break. Movies show passion that's always effortless and synchronized. And somewhere along the way, these fantasies became silent rules. Instead of asking, "What do I feel right now?" many people ask, "Am I doing this right?" Instead of being present with their partner, they're inside their head comparing themselves to scenes created for entertainment, not intimacy. This is how performance slowly replaces pleasure. The more pressure you feel to do sex right, the further you drift from connection. Because performance kills presence, and presence is the foundation of pleasure. When you're focused on looking good, sounding good, reacting the right way, or delivering the right outcome, you're not actually feeling anything. You're performing. And ironically, the more we chase perfect sexual performance, the less pleasure and closeness we actually experience. You cannot feel deeply while also monitoring yourself. You cannot open up while also worrying about meeting expectations. And you cannot be in your body if your mind is constantly judging it. The hidden cost of performance-based sex is enormous. Anxiety, shame, self-monitoring, fear of not satisfying your partner, pressure to always be in the mood, pressure to reach the perfect orgasm. And the cruel twist? The more pressure there is to have the perfect orgasm, the less likely it is to happen. Because pleasure isn't something you achieve, it's something you allow. So how do we step out of this performance trap? By shifting the entire idea of sex from something you do to something you experience, from goals to sensations, from expectations to curiosity, from "I need to be good" to "I want to feel connected." This shift changes everything. When you stop performing and start feeling, your body relaxes, your breath deepens, your senses awaken. Instead of thinking about your appearance, you pay attention to the warmth of touch, the rhythm of breath, the slow build of desire. Pleasure-focused intimacy looks nothing like the scripted scenes we're used to consuming. It's softer, slower, more playful, more human. It includes laughing when something awkward happens instead of panicking, asking for what you want without shame, taking breaks without assuming something is wrong, exploring instead of rushing, feeling your body instead of evaluating it. Real connection is messy, warm, imperfect, surprising, and sometimes hilariously human. And that's what makes it beautiful. Your sexuality is not a performance. You do not exist to impress anyone. You don't need to recreate what you've seen on screens. You don't need to match someone else's pace, body, or desire. Nothing about your experience makes you inadequate or broken. Your body is allowed to feel, pause, tremble, laugh, hesitate, open up slowly, or change its mind. Intimacy isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about communicating softly, exploring gently, and letting moments unfold naturally. It's about connection, not choreography. So next time you feel the pressure to be perfect in bed, pause and ask yourself, What would feel good right now if I stopped trying to impress and started trying to connect? Because that question alone can shift you from performance to pleasure. And if this episode made you rethink the way you view intimacy, subscribe to Decode Love, because we're just getting started. And what comes next will take you even deeper into understanding real connection and real love.